Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty, and this is episode 98.5 of the Battleship Brawl Season 3 tournament. And yeah, it's a little bit out of order, because it was brought to my attention by Hikari, the creator of the Great Humpback here, that this vessel has actually fought in more than 10 battles. I somehow lost track of a couple of them, and when I went to double check them, sometimes I named it the Ushinawareta Kujira, however you want to say that, in the video, and a couple of times I called it the Great Humpback, which, yeah, so I kind of screwed up on that. Oh, it's actually got a blowhole. That's cool. So it's actually retiring on endurance because it's had over 10 battles. It should have been retired like 2 battles ago. It technically would have been the first one to retire on endurance if I had not screwed that up. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this thing. First, we're gonna for starting out, it's a whale. It's pretty cool looking. It's got the sort of what do you call it? It's a digital camo paint job. It looks pretty cool. I didn't notice the blowhole until right now, but that's a nice touch. Let's go ahead, and I already put in the chair and whatnot. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, very slow. We already knew that about this ship. It's not the fastest at all. 7.7 meters per second. 7.8. Very slow. It has a nice turning radius, though, because it's so slow. You can hear that steam engine banging away in there. But yeah, so speed and maneuverability, definitely not what this thing was focused on. And it's not really focused on armor either, because it's basically just a metal shell with some wood on the inside for buoyancy if it gets breached, I'm betting. Wait, this is a... Oh, right, this is actually... What is this? It's lead. That's interesting. It's lead mounted on a spin block. I didn't notice this before. It's lead mounted on a spin block that goes the entire length of the ship. So it's kind of cheesing the explosion mechanics rules, but it is not clipping into anything. There's not, like, this wall could very well exist even if it wasn't on the spin block. So while it is definitely cheesing the explosion mechanics, it is technically within the rules because it is not clipping anything. And that's interesting because that basically means any, like, these blocks won't take any damage from any explosions that happen out here because or actually it could, because it could very well get to it has line of sight to the spin block. So those will actually take damage. But if any shell detonates against it, it will do no damage to the surrounding hull. So that's interesting, and that's also why this thing sits so low in the water and is so prone to sinking, because, I mean, this is all lead. And it's only on the one side. Oh, this thing doesn't even have air pumps in some of the compartments. There's another reason why it sinks so easily. But I mean, it was enough. It got in on endurance, so I mean, you know, It's hard to knock it when it became a champion. That lead thing, though. This is interesting. It's really skirting the rules there, but I mean it technically doesn't violate them because it doesn't move, it doesn't clip into anything. It's not using spin block compression. There's no blocks on the inside of this lead. It's just taking advantage of the mechanics of the game. It's pretty cheesy, though. I mean, even Hikari has to admit it's pretty cheesy. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab one of these guns so we can take a look at it. So we'll save it. And then it's 29,085 materials for one of these guys. Kind of slanted because of the way the ship is sitting. Equipment. Test platform.
Listening.
All right. That alarm is going off again. Sorry about that, folks. Nothing I can do about it. Okay, so we've got the turret here, and all the turrets themselves have armor around them, which I'm sure will definitely which does help. But there's nothing here going straight to the turret block, like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means basically any explosive shell that hits on the bottom half of this turret anywhere will destroy the turret block. Because that explosion will hit and it will come down and wrap around and destroy that turret block. If the explosion hits within 11 meters of it. Yeah, basically anything on the lower half, any explosion that hits will pop this turret completely with relative ease. So that is definitely an issue there. And even if the hull had armor in here, if a shell hits the turret itself, it ignores the hull armor. It pretends like it isn't even there. So this turret is very vulnerable to the wonky explosion mechanics and From the Depths. Let's go ahead and expand it out and see what it looks like on the inside. Everything nice and color-coded. Yeah, that makes it easier to organize when you're building one of these things. Yeah, let's see. So we've got the autoloader, explosive pellets. Looks like it's got 4 connections. 1, 2, 3. I lost myself there. Yeah, it's got 4 connections. They're all on the same plane. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. Do all of them have 4 connections? Looks like. Is that the same for... Yep, that's how they were set up. They were set up in this plane to... Everything has 4 connections, it looks like. That is... Yeah, that is extremely efficient and explains why these guns hit so friggin' hard. So, I mean, and there are 4 of them. I'm not going to make that same mistake when I go to look at the numbers here. There are 4 barrels, and they have 100 explosive material connections each. On a min gauge shell. The shell is the minimum gauge allowed, firing at 7.58 seconds. And they're actually, some of them are limited a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the numbers are when they actually fire. $9,500 explosive damage on a minimum gauge shell is that's pretty That's pretty powerful. It has an inertial fuse. I'm not sure why it has a time after impact fuse when it has no it has no kinetic pierce. Like that 2172 kinetic damage is not going to punch through even a metal beam. It'll go through wood. But metal and stone will stop that in its tracks. It makes that time after impact fuse kind of useless. But that's a pretty powerful shot. Considering that this is a, let's see how big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's an 11 by 11. Yeah, see this is interesting. It's an 11 by 11 with 100 to 110 explosive material box. Oh, this one only has 92. Well, this thing is very efficiently put together, both in space used, and really, it's only a 9 by 9 because this armor on the outside doesn't really count. You can remove this, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 by 9 gun. 9 by 9 by. It's a little tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 9 by 9 by 10. Yeah, that's a pretty sizable gun, but it's got a lot of power packed into a small space, and its cost is not bad. I think it was like 25,000, wasn't it? 29,000. That was a little on the expensive side, but that's for 4 guns. So let's just round that. That's about 7,000 a gun for an 8-second shot that puts out 10k explosive damage. That's actually really impressive. That's a pretty impressive amount of firepower there. And to fit, what does it have? 4 of those on there? 5, so 20 of those guns. Yeah, that's why this thing can do some damage. But its buoyancy issues are a bit of a problem. Ah, okay. I was like, wait, how do those propellers even work? But they're down a block. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this, folks. So the Great Humpback is officially retired. It should have been retired like 2 battles ago or something. I forget, but I made that mistake. That's my fault. But it is in the Hall of Champions officially as of now. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.